Thanks. Next, Thomson Airways, Alton Towers, Chessington World of Adventures, all charging for services that used to be free. Enough to annoy most people, enough to send Watchdog's grumpy old man, Rick Wakeman, into meltdown.
There's no such thing as a free lunch, they say. Well, here's the worst news. There's no free breakfast either, or dinner, or anything really. Everything costs, and those costs, they just keep going up.
It wasn't always like this, though. I'm old enough to remember when things like toilets in all train stations were free. And directory inquiries. Going to the dentist was something else that cost nothing back then. Prescriptions were free too. They still are, if you live in Wales, Scotland or Northern Ireland.
Not much use if you live in Norfolk like me. Mind you, wherever you are in the UK, you can't escape parking charges. Once confined to main roads in big cities, they're now everywhere. From hospitals to train stations, local authorities are using them to rake in extra cash too. From the Lake District, which is now charging for more and more of their car parks, to Winchester, where they've recently introduced Sunday charging, to Westminster, where you now have to pay to park your motorbike on the street.
£1 a day. And as they've scrapped most of the meters, you have to pay by phone. So there's the cost of the call too.
Some of our top attractions have also noticed the money-making potential, like Chessington World of Adventures.
I paid £66 to get into the park, and then I also had £2 parking ticket to pay. I just think it's a bit of a joke. There's no need for it. They own enough just for the tickets that we buy to get in.
£2, whilst it isn't much, when you pay for the food when you get in, it all tots up and it makes it for a very expensive day out.
Another £2 to park, well, where else could I park? Yeah, there's nowhere else nearby to park.
Yeah, that's right. Charging you admission's no longer enough. They charge you for parking too. Both at Chessington and these other Merlin-owned parks.
Leisure breaks in Britain, huh? Maybe it's worth looking abroad if we don't want to get stung.
Or it would be. If the airports and airlines weren't at it as well. For example, Edinburgh and Luton airports now hit you with a £1 fee simply for dropping someone off at the terminal. And once inside the terminal, some airports, like Bristol, have brought in a £2 charge for using a luggage trolley. And you know those little plastic bags they make you put your liquids in before you board? At Belfast International and Stansted, they now cost 25p each. And to cap it all, Durham Tees Valley airports started charging passengers a fee just to enter the departure lounge.
Previously, passengers pay for all the services that an airport provide through their air ticket. Now, airlines are basically driving hard bargains with airport operators, not paying as much as they did before. Therefore, what they're doing is going direct to the passenger and charging them for the services they provide. Passengers that travel on a train don't have to pay to enter a train station, so why should they have to pay to enter an airport?
Inventive? Absolutely. But not nearly as creative as some of the airlines who now charge for all sorts of things that used to be free. Yeah, no wonder he looks so happy.
Ryanair have been one of the pioneers of bringing these extra charges. Previously, you paid one price and you got all your services included. For example, they and other airlines now charge for baggage, checking in online, using a credit card or even a debit card. They're basically finding more and more ways of charging passengers for additional services. By the end of the booking process, they'll find that their initial price has gone up by often 3 or 4 times.
Now, if it was just Ryanair, things wouldn't be so bad for us freebie lovers. But it isn't. Virgin now charge from £50 for exit row seats. And EasyJet charge you to be first on the plane. It used to be you could just turn up early. Meanwhile, others, like Thomson, make you pay for something every tourist has always taken for granted.
The privilege of sitting next to your family and friends.
Last summer, myself and my friend went to Ibiza on a package holiday with Thomson. A few weeks before I was due to travel, I had a phone call from Thomson who said that despite spending nearly £500 on the holiday, I hadn't actually paid any extra to sit next to my friend. And if I wanted to do so, we would both have to pay £6 per person each way. The lady that phoned me said, "Oh, you are on a very full flight." The subtext for me being that if I hadn't booked, then myself and my friend wouldn't be able to sit together, and the whole point was that we were going on holiday together.
Do you know what? There are times when I've just about had it with this country. Thankfully, I'm off to America for my holidays. That's right, the land of the free. What was that, James?
Bad news for passengers now who are flying from the UK to the US. It used to be that you could get a visa for free under the visa waiver scheme for UK citizens. Now the US are brought in a charge, so that's going to be $14, I'm afraid.
Poor old Rick. OK, Thompson Airways.